Hey everyone, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot for our reading today. I'll choose 3 cards to take some from the base of the pack. I'll take one from the Mystical Healing and one from Carl Gray's Activations as well. How are you all feeling? How are you all coping in this energy? There's some huge energy that is coming up for us to deal with and to heal from. And personally, we have had a bereavement in the family on my husband's side of the family, but as a family it has brought up things for us to acknowledge and work through. And this is the energy of this time. We've come through the lunar eclipse in Libra, which is all around relationship with others. Moving into this full solar eclipse, the new moon, first new moon of the astrological year in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac wheel. So there's all this new beginnings being shown, maybe, where we have got things wrong, where we may perceive a person in a way, but then when we see them at the most vulnerable, we see that maybe we've got it wrong. Because at the essence of us all, there's that vulnerability. And it's only when we see the vulnerability, our hearts open. When we are in a place of being out of alignment with a person, projecting blame on a person, our hearts are closed towards that. So when a relationship is out of alignment, we armor our hearts. We start to see things from a distortion. This full solar eclipse in Aries, which is the I Am, and is in conjunction, close conjunction with Aries during this solar eclipse. And we also have Mercury in retrograde, has been in retrograde from the 1st of April, asking us to just reflect, retrace our tracks where we've come out of alignment with a person, to open up our wound of the I Am. The wound of the I Am that feels abandoned, because Chiron, the wounded healer, was abandoned. And our abandonment from source energy that we project into our lives. Any kind of rejection. Ultimately, when we go into those wounds, we are abandoning ourselves and rejecting ourselves, allowing our wounds to open during this solar eclipse, for this light to anoint our I Am wounds, so that we can find peace with who we are, that we can find acceptance with who we are and with who everybody else is, without projecting unhappiness or disappointment or whatever it is that we are harboring within ourselves. We are given this wonderful opportunity, this heavenly opportunity of wiping the slate clean of our karmic relationships, of our abandonment from source energy, because we are source energy. It resides within us. We've never been separated. And now, as we are peeling away the layers, we are tuning in to source energy within. That is the purest of love. That is unconditional love, regardless of what's going on in the outside world. To feel that divine love within. So this is a powerful time for us all. And I just see, I have the vision of this solar eclipse as the moon moves across the sun. I'm seeing the vision of the rock that was closing Jesus's tomb, that was at the entrance of Jesus's tomb. It's almost like that rock moving away, and we emerge eternal. We emerge in our true authenticity, in our true light, without the obscurity of everything that we have been programmed into. Standing in that light and knowing that every time we have a judgment about another, that it's coming from within us, unless we are encouraging each other and assisting each other. If we have a fear in sharing, or then that's something, a fear within us. So things starting to heal now, letting go of the grip that we have on the fear of loss, on the fear of not being good enough, on the fear of judgment, letting go of the grip of all that. And as we let go of the grip, everything comes into alignment in a miraculous way. So we're traveling through this time together, this solar eclipse, the new beginning. There is Chiron conjunct this solar eclipse, conjunct Aries. Also Mercury is there in Aries. In Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac, we have Mars, who during this time of the solar eclipse will be conjunct Saturn, who is also in Pisces. On the lunar eclipse that was ruled by Venus, Venus rules Libra. Venus was in conjunction with Saturn then, so it's the divine masculine and the divine feminine on each of the eclipses coming into conjunction with Saturn. Saturn in Pisces. Pisces, the outer world energy, the spiritual, bringing in the sacredness, helping us to cleanse from all the karma that we have had that has created us to be out of balance, that we can stand in our feminine, that we can stand in our masculine in perfect balance. So we've been given this wonderful opportunity in Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. Venus, Mars, Neptune, all in Pisces. Chiron, Mercury, in Aries. So we have all these planets together in the last clearing out sign of the zodiac, cleansing and purifying us in a spiritual way before they move into Aries. So this cleansing of our distortions of each other, seeing each other in a way that we would if we all appeared vulnerable, to open our hearts, because even the person that's hurting the most is vulnerable inside. There's a vulnerability there. So this is a time of, it's a game changer. It really is a game changer for the next 19 years. I think we're moving into a cycle, a new cycle for the next 19 years. Coming in and having that opportunity to really let things go. So 2 have come out there. We have the 10 of Pentacles and the Page of Cups that just flew out there. And the 5 of Wands. And the base of the pack we have the Ace of Cups, the Hermit, the Tower, so the Page of Cups. This is romance. You can see there he is sat there and the energy coming from his heart, and he's becoming ungrounded. This is new love coming in, a new way of loving each other. Imagine if we could love each other without fear, without fear of getting hurt, because love and fear, some people, we can sort of get mixed up with love and pain, because when we love, we are open then to get hurt, so we may keep a bit of ourselves back. What if we just opened our hearts and loved each other without any fear? Because our worthlessness tells us a story of all the things why we are not lovable. We take things personally. So this energy, this beautiful energy that's coming in is love, divine love. The ocean there that he is sat there on that beautiful beach, the ocean is calm, his emotions are calm. He's seeing with clarity, just being asked to ground ourselves as we're moving through this eclipse. Imagine loving without any fear, regardless of how a person is behaving. Imagine how much joy we would feel, and the healing that comes from that is pure medicine. The 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles, completion. This is happiness, and this page here, the Page of Cups, really dreaming into this, dreaming into the happy ever after of the family of happiness. It could be a female or a male, but dreaming into this beautiful completion of health, prosperity, and everything that's wonderful in life. everything going right in life. But then we have this Five of Wands that comes in and starts to listen to what other people are saying, to take other people's advice, even if they maybe are not in a good relationship, or maybe they are not in a place of happiness themselves. There's some conflict of doing this, and we know we manifest. That's how we manifest. We have the vision, we have the belief, we anchor it in to earth, but then the passion, we get too passionate, maybe doubt steps in. The Ace of Cups, taking us back into our hearts, coming out of any kind of conflicts that may be occurring in any kind of relationship that we may have. It may be just a flippant remark someone says that we take personal. That will interfere with the manifestation of this. It will block it. It will put a hindrance there. So these conflicts, and they are small conflicts, it's nothing big, but these little irritations, these little triggers that may arise within us, block us from this. It's an old pattern. It's something within ourselves that we've disowned, that is in need of healing. Not to take on other people's words, not take things seriously, not take it personally. Reminding us to stay in our hearts and to look within our hearts, because as this solar eclipse comes together, the moon and the sun come in that conjunction. The sun is shining right into our emotions, our subconscious, bringing up these things, that these fears, whatever it may be, the subconscious, bringing those feelings and emotions to the surface. And as this happens, coming back into our heart, to know that everybody out there is a extension of our perception. That if this doing something that we perceive is against us or making us feel uncomfortable, to go within it even deeper. There's a falling away, and this is the card of Mars, although I can see the lightning there of Uranus, and Uranus and Jupiter come into conjunction around the 20th of April, which is big energy. Uranus, the breakthroughs, the changes. Jupiter, the expansion, breaking up and shattering illusions, showing us and connecting us with Buddha consciousness. So a falling away of these, a falling away of these conflicts. There's so much going on in the outside world. We do not know what to believe. All we know is ourselves. We know what's going on around us in this moment. To not try and figure out what's going on outside, because everyone is on their own journey. We're on ours, and that's our responsibility. So a falling away of the old as we start to shift things, and this is what this solar eclipse is bringing, complete breakthrough. That rock moving from the tomb that we have been keeping ourselves in. No one has held us there. We've kept ourselves there. We've kept ourselves in the dark. We're shifting that away now with this lunar eclipse, this solar eclipse, a clean slate, moving out. Imagine moving out into the world with just pure joy, with just happiness. And that brings empowerment, that brings health. We are no longer controlled by others. And sometimes, you know, when someone asks us something and we love them dearly, but we have to say no, that's the kindest thing we can do. Not to hold ourselves in guilt. The kindest thing we can do is say no, because we are giving the experience, the soul experience of life, to not take things and feel guilty because we can't please everybody in our life. To really know that to say no is kind in a lot of ways. It's kind to ourselves as long as we don't hold guilt, and it's kind to the person because they have that soul experience, that soul growth. So things growing now, things expanding, the old falling away. This Mars, this card, the Tower connected to Mars with that lightning bolt of Uranus coming in, breaking it down. The squirrel's there with his food, watching it happen. He isn't fearful. Just let things fall away without fear. And then we have the Hermit go within to that inner light, to that Ace of Cups, to that cup of that we have, and allow it to overflow with love into our lives. Feel it expanding and growing, and as we do, our energy, our frequency rises. We move, whatever we shift into on this solar eclipse, that's a new timeline coming in for the next cycle. We're cleansing from the past, we're cleansing from the old Piscean energy and moving in to our I am presence, knowing that we have everything that we require within our hearts, not in our heads, not in our assumptions or presumptions, in our hearts. So I'm asking for a message from the mystical healing. Explore your ancestry. We have our ancestors behind us. Everything that they've been through, and the strength that they have, and what it's taken for us to be here at this time. Connect with our ancestors, feel them coming close now, because as we ascend and as we heal, so do they. Feeling our ancestors around us, feeling their energy pulsating within us, and drawing on that divine wisdom that they hold. Immense divine wisdom. Feeling them gather around us as we're making through and shifting through this time of new beginnings, big new beginnings, life-changing beginnings. Then we have the Order of Melchizedek. This is, we're on a mission to keep going forward, knowing that we have our ancestors of this realm, of the celestial realm with us, guiding us back into Lemuria with the angelics, They're all around us. They're part of us. They're within us. They're speaking to us in a beautiful, healing way, a kind way, in a gentle way. So this is the order of Melchizedek. Feeling the light that's coming in and anchoring it as we're moving through this eclipse season. Lemurian star codes. Bringing in that energy now of Lemuria, of the angelics coming in, guiding us and assisting us through this time. We're not alone. We have a family of light. We have our family, our ancestors, our bloodlines with us. Energetically, we are many. There's many here within us and around us to really feel the strength of that, the love of that. Higher heart activation. As we feel that love and we allow our I am wound to open and to heal from the abandonment, the rejection, knowing that we are source energy, we are divine source energy. It's within us. Divine love is within us. To open up and allow our higher heart to activate and take it as these light codes are coming in. It's activating our higher heart. This is the gateway. This is the gateway for the higher dimensions to come through, for us to move into Lemuria and feeling the energy of Lord Melchizedek, who comes in with his rod of the highest ascension blessings at this time. So feeling the effects, focusing on the 10 of Pentacles and anything that may come up and disturb that vision. Breathe light there, breathe light. The 10s are completion, so there's a beginning coming as well. So as we move through this solar eclipse, this new moon, planting these seeds of intention that are not contaminated any longer with this, with doubts, with competition, with feeling that we have to be a certain way before we're accepted. It's all about accepting ourselves and then accepting life. So I'm sending so much love. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for listening. God bless. Thank you.